Hello and happy Monday. I have been doing card readings in my mailing list for I don't know, like months now. And I kind of have been going back and forth with doing these on Instagram, on them on TikTok, on YouTube for a very long time now. And I'm like, okay, I need to really try hard to commit to these things because I know you guys love the card readings. So I'm going to try to do this. I'm going to be doing this every week for those of you who maybe don't like to read as much, but like me, you'd rather be listening, watching videos. So this is on IGTV and on YouTube, and also in my mailing list for those of you who are a part of that beautiful community. So for this week, I'm using a different deck. I'm actually using a deck that I think it was like my second deck. So this is like a while ago. It's the Magical Times Empowerment cards. So it's really pretty, like fairies, elemental, earth energy on these cards. So I feel like we all need that right now. Some grounding energy, given all the shifts that have happened, and just reminding us to come back to our bodies. So with that being said, our card this week is Quest. Okay, I'm trying to get it where my ring light is not on it. Okay, so Quest. So just to give you guys a description of what this card is. Be bold and mighty forces will aid you. Take action, good luck favors the brave. So with this card, it's really important to really be reminded right now. It's calling you to start to take action. You have been feeling massive shifts for the last, well, I would say really since 2017, we've started to really wake up on a whole new level. And up until this year, 2020, we have really started to already make changes, and you've been noticing those things internally. Like I know the amount of people that I have worked with, that I know in general, or just even scrolling through my Facebook, that have experienced massive changes, like breakups that you never would have thought possible, like you never would have thought would have ever happened, pregnancies, changing of careers, all that. This stuff has been happening like all over the board the last few years. But now, as we've been in quarantine, as we have been home, all of that is really causing us to go even further inwards. And we're becoming even more aware of what feels right and what doesn't. And this can be a very scary thing, right? Because our ego wants to protect us. Our ego really wants to keep us safe, and that's its job. Our ego is meant to really cause us essentially to stay where we are, to not necessarily grow and step into these other aspects of ourselves, take these chances, all these different things, right? So your ego is probably very resistant of this time. Like you've been feeling these emotions, you've been feeling these thoughts, these different ways of being, but your ego is probably talking you down, telling you no, igniting fear within you. But I want to remind you at this time that, like this card is saying, when you take action, when you're fearless, the universal forces are going to support you. And something that came through in a newsletter was, when you take that leap, you're going to realize that you had the wings to fly all along, right? Like so many of us right now, I feel like, are at the edge of a cliff, and on the other side, so there's like a valley, whatever, beneath or right below you, and on the other side there's another beautiful cliff, but that cliff is filled with everything you're desiring, everything you're wanting, and you're just kind of like, you're looking down and you're like, okay, but you also know I can't go backwards. Like I've made it as far as I can in this part of my life. Like I have no other choice but to take that jump, but it's just a matter of when are you going to take that jump. Because your ego is like, well, what if you fall? Like new changes. Well, you're happy being home and you don't want to go back to work, to your job. So you're going to have to make a change. Well, what if you can't find another job? What if nobody wants to hire you because you've been at your other job for 15 years? Or, wow, you found out that you and your significant other really just don't vibe anymore. Well, how are you going to go about this? Like you have kids. If you get divorced, or what are your kids going to think? Or what's everybody going to think? Or what if I don't find another person, right? Like those are thoughts that your ego is trying to create right now. But they're all false illusions. They're all what ifs. So what if we shift that perspective to, no, I'm taking this chance because my body is telling me, hey, something's not right anymore. Something needs to be changed. And by listening to that, what if it does lead me to the other side even quicker than I could have ever imagined, right? Like this week, you're being reminded that your body is feeling a certain way for a reason. Your body is telling you this doesn't feel right anymore because it is no longer meant to be in your life. Or maybe you're just supposed to kind of change routes a little bit, right? Like, we live so many lives that are unfulfilled, unfavorable. We're experiencing things we don't necessarily have to experience. And it's simply because it's our soul's way of trying to wake us up to get us back into alignment. Like, when you're not listening to your body, of course you're not going to be happy. Of course your life isn't going to flow, because it's out of alignment. If you just took that step back and you were like, you know what? Yeah, I really don't like my job and I'm so good at this. Like, whatever, let's say your hobby is, my whole life I've wanted to start a business in that, or go back to school to do that, or like whatever it might be. You know what? I'm going to do that. You're going to find that like so many opportunities come in. You're going to find your life to flow. You're going to find that it just like happens naturally, because your body feels energy before you actually see it physically. So a easy way this week to stop the unfavorable situations and the unfulfillment and the unhappiness is to stop like needing approval from everybody else, to stop living for everybody else or the expectations of society, and start to go inward and start to be reminded of what it is that's true to you, who you want to be, what feels good to you, and then take the action. Because when you take that action by honoring yourself, you're always going to be supported. And right, like, what's the worst thing that's going to happen? And you're going to find when you ask yourself that question, there's really not that bad of a worst case scenario, or if it is, it's like never going to happen, right? So just being reminded of this week, it's going to be really important. It's really that simple. Like, we like to make things out to be so much more difficult than they really are. Follow what feels good to you, and your life is going to flow. You're feeling these different feelings right now because we're all waking up as a collective. So knowing you might have to take some very like big leaps, you might have to make some decisions that to the outside world, they're like, what are you doing? Like, that's not what you should be doing, but you know within it is. So this week, go inward, do some meditation, do some journaling, whatever you might need to do to really get clear on who it is that you are. Clear out the clutter in your house. That alone will help shake up energy tremendously. So important. It's going to help you get to that next level of your life in no time. Like, it is the game changer when you listen to yourself and what feels right to you. So knowing you will be supported, and you can always call on your team. You can bring in your angels, your guides, your loved ones, whoever it is that you believe in from the highest sources of love to help you. When you welcome them in, you're going to be even more supported. Because you have free will, you do have to call on them just to say like, hey, I'm ready for you to come in. Thanks for helping me. And the more you do that, the more you're going to find that your life flows and you're going to be supported in ways you could have never put into words, okay? So this is the reminder this week. Take action on what feels right to you, even if it's scary, knowing you deserve it. And remember, that beautiful canyon or cliff on the other side is filled with everything you desire. All you have to do is believe in yourself and realize that you're worthy of it, and it's gonna happen. The timelines are connecting and things are just increasing, like manifestations, the things you're desiring, they're already yours and they're coming into your physical reality so much quicker now. So it's not gonna take you as long. So just so important. It's an exciting time, and I'm sending you so much love. If you do have more questions, if you want to dive deeper into your specific journey, I would love to support you. I offer intuitive guidance sessions as well as soul activation sessions, which are super powerful sessions where we really upgrade your energetic field so you can make the action and live in that fulfillment that you are desiring, that your soul is craving. It really is the fast track to help you access your highest self in the quickest, smoothest, most abundant ways possible. And if you're in the need for some more guidance, clarity, wanting to learn more about who you are on a soul level, an intuitive guidance session would be perfect for you. You can always message me, send me a DM if you have any more information. All the links are below. I am sending you so much love, and I hope you have an amazing week.